You're going to get your butt kicked, buddy. Okay? And instead of you sitting there being a blowhard, let's see you get out there on the front lines. You get out there. You get out there and you fight the Ruskies. Because our guys aren't going to do it. It's as simple as that. Okay? And I tell you what, if Hillary Clinton becomes president, I am seriously going to think about, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Okay? That's it, man. I'm probably going to Russia because there's a country I can trust. Okay? The leadership and the media. Okay? Because they don't allow this kind of propaganda that we've got in our media. What is propaganda? Think about it. We're talking about legal lies. Say, yeah, we're trying to sway people to our beliefs, and yeah, we lie and we deceive and we trick and we cheat and we steal. But, you know, we believe we're the good guys. And you know, all you people, you're mean like Hillary Clinton calling, you know, half of Donald Trump supporters, they're all just a basket of deplorables. What kind of a nutbag is this, okay? And the only way this woman, with all her health problems, is even standing anymore is because likely we're not getting any information on her health records. What the medical doctors I'm hearing from are saying, she's been getting transfusions, full blood transfusion. That's the only way she's still standing. She's dealing with a massive brain tumor. She's probably got all kinds of other health issues. She's almost passing out right and left. Okay, she's got a medical wagon following around wherever she goes. So the only way that she's been getting through this is with these likely. I'm not saying I know for sure, but this is the conjecture I'm hearing from medical doctors I trust, guys like Steve Pachenik out there, who say yes, this is probably what's going on. Is that she's been getting full blood transfusions, so they're dumping her body out. And then, you know, Alex Jones is pointing out how the flies are always landing on these people. I mean, this is bizarre. You know, and people think it's weird when you talk about UFOs, but when I hear him talking about these people, they say, yes, Hillary stinks. You get within 20 feet of this woman, and she smells like rot. You know, I mean, this is what people that have sat next to these people say. You could hardly stand it. It's almost undescribable. The same with Obama, and the flies are landing on them. That's because when you're evil, when you've been taken over by evil, and you refuse to confess and admit it and turn to God in repentance and humility and contrition, this is what happens. These evil forces take over you. You know, and then they're speaking through you. So it's like demonic, you know, they get into the talking about demonic spirits and stuff. And yes, that's what's going on. And it's weird, man. I mean, but there's a lot of weird stuff in the world. There's a lot of weird stuff. But when you give yourself over to evil and you say, right or wrong, I don't care. Hooey, I don't believe in God, so God's got no power over me. You abandon your conscience, essentially. What you've essentially done is what is written. This is what is the only unforgivable sin out there. It's called blasphemy of the Holy Spirit of truth. This is the Spirit of truth. That's it. It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with your cosmic role in the universe and the special nature of the human creature. We're above all the other creatures, and who can deny that? By far and away intellectually superior. At the top of the food chain. By far and away at the top of the food chain. We've got big shoes to fill. How does the Bible talk about it? It says that we were created, we human beings were created just a little lower than the angels. Do you understand the implications there? You've got a big duty, a big responsibility. Like it or not, that's just the way it is. And you've got to step up to the plate. We all do, young people, medium-aged people, and old people. And we all have to stand up for the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. And let the chips fall where they may. Okay, but we've got to fight these demons wherever they are. And if they stand against the truth, if they're for lies and cheating and deceiving and murder and all these things, we've got to say no. We've got to say, you know what, you're wrong and you're acting in an evil fashion. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying, I'm just calling a spade, okay? And how does the Bible say it? It says, you will know them by their fruits. And if their fruits are rotten, and if their fruits stink to high heaven, you've got to point that out. You've got a duty, you've got an obligation. Like Jesus turning over the money changers' tables, all of us have to stand up wherever we can. Maybe it's in our own little personal clique, among our own peers. Maybe it's just in our own family and friends and strangers, whoever it is that we meet. Because I know I've got a very low listenership on my video. That's fine. I don't care because I just want to influence this thing a little. I got to get things off off my chest. Okay, and if one person takes it and runs, and they've got more influence, and they can state the things I have to say, because the day that I hear people start talking the way I do and pointing out the things that I point out, I'm done making videos. When they've got a better venue, a better forum for speaking these things, and they're reaching more people, that's all I want. Because I'm not making a red cent off these videos, nothing, and I don't care to, because the contribution I'm making to me is far greater. My rewards will be far greater, not only in the hereafter, but right here and now. When I can say I was born an American, and I've got to value that. I've got to seize that and say, what does that mean? First Amendment, man. I've got to say what I've got to say, okay? And I can't, like I said, if somebody wants to kill me because I'm telling you that, if you're in the government, you've got to go seize the Federal Reserve. This is representation. I'm paying taxes, and I want taxes with representation, because we're not supposed to, like Patrick Henry said, no taxation without representation. So I'm paying taxes, and I expect the government to support me and to do what I'm telling you has got to be done. But we've got to seize the Federal Reserve. That's it. If we don't gain control over the issuance of currency, expect the same thing, to just keep kicking the can down the road, keep the debasement of your currency, keep these regressive economic policies going, then you can expect the crime level to stay high. We can expect poverty to continue to increase, despite the lies we're hearing from Barack Obama. And if poverty did decrease, after he borrowed $10 trillion from the Chinese government, well, it would be understandable. Well, I would explain that's how poverty decreased. But even in spite of the $10 trillion that he borrowed, okay, poverty is increasing. Okay, I can point to empirical evidence, scientific data to prove my point. It's a matter of fact. Look at California's economy. The best metric of prosperity is home ownership, and it's been waning in California for well over a decade now. Look it up. Look it up. And that's spreading like a cancer across the nation. That means more poverty is coming to your town. Okay, that's what it means. Expect crime to stay high, poverty to increase, dubious war to continue on. Expect plenty of debt. The debt's just going to increase. Expect plenty more abortions. So how many women? How many rich women do you hear getting abortions? So prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Make sure if a woman gets pregnant and she's got some lowlife that's not taking care of her, okay, then make sure the government, who's the government? You and me, we're supposed to be the government. We step in and we take care of her. Make sure she's prosperous, all her needs are met. And when she's safe and secure and free financially, and you see, she keeps that baby. You betcha. How many women? Oh, I just want to go get an abortion. No. Understand why they're doing it. You want an end to abortion, then you end poverty. You want an end to prostitution, you end poverty. You want an end to all these problems, then you end poverty. That's it, man. That's it. That's what you got to understand, is that we've been tricked into believing we need poverty. Tricked. This planet belongs to you and me and him and her, all of us. And that's a matter of fact. That's not conjecture. That's not my opinion. Okay? That's a matter of fact. Wonder what exactly it's going to take to awaken humanity, because I know this much, that the people that are ruling the world right now, if they get their way, we're all going to be living like the Haitians. And look up how they're living, okay, because they're not living, they're dying. We all have the right to be cowards, but remember this: if you are choosing ignorance and you don't want to know the truth, you don't go research the things I'm talking about, then you are choosing cowardice, and you will get a cowardice's reward, which is not a reward at all, okay? Because it's going to be shame and humiliation until you decide to not be a coward. And I'm going to leave on this positive note that sooner or later, one way or another, things are going to get dramatically better for humanity. Okay? It's going to happen. And we could have full prosperity on the earth tomorrow with the technology we have and the ability to manufacture and produce that we have and transport things. We're all without excuse for not understanding this this basic fact. But tomorrow, we could have an end to starvation. We could have an end to homelessness. We could have an end to the vast majority of crime. We could have an end to the debt. We could have an end to the dubious war. We could have an end to the prostitution, the abortions, the drug use, all these vices that people turn to for escapism. Just remember that. And like I said, sooner or later, one way or another, God's will is going to be established on earth. Make no mistake about it. And you better know, and you better get ready for that, because you will be the least traumatized when you're ready and waiting for that time. And like Jesus said, the only thing to be anxious about is his return. And his return, according to the people that I know and trust, is very, very imminent. And that's by all the signs that are happening in the world right now, which Jesus spelled out. The signs of the age are all spelled out in red and black and white. And remember, there's only two sides you could be on here: the side of humanity or the side of inhumanity.